Hello guys and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? I hope you guys have had a good weekend and a good start to another week. So if you just join us guys, please do hit that like button and drop your comments in the chat. I want to hear from you. That's what we're here for. We do the live streams to watch along, and obviously I do my best to keep you guys up to date with what's going on in the game if you're not watching it, and also to have you guys involved, to hear what you have to say about this game and other football topics. We are trying to build a real fan channel where fans are actually involved in what we do. So if that sounds good to you guys, please do consider subscribing, and as I say, drop your comments in the chat. Want to hear from you. So we're up and running, guys, as we're now got Newcastle on the attack down this near side as the ball goes out of play, and it's debatable who's knocked it out, actually. Good fast start to the game, but goes out, and that, I think, is going to be a goal kick to Leicester. So let's quickly go to the chat. Stevie's with us. How's it going, Stevie? As always, thank you very much, Stevie, for making yourself available. Always appreciated, mate. And great to have you with us. And Stevie saying, evening, Gaz. Evening, Stevie. Pleasure to have you with us, mate, as I say. So thanks for that, mate. Sports in the sports community. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Sports community saying hello. How's it going, mate? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good weekend and a good start to the new week. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that like button and drop your score predictions in the chat. If you want to get one in now before the game gets going. We want to hear your thoughts on how you think this is going to turn out. But yeah, welcome to the show, sports community. Good to see you, mate. Ben, how's it going, mate? Ben, the best League One is with us again. Great to have you with us, Ben. How are you doing, mate? I hope you've had a good start to the new week, and do feel free to drop a score prediction in if you've got one, Ben. Like I say, mate, welcome to the show. Pleasure to have you with us. PFC _ DY4. Dylan, how are you doing, mate? Dylan saying good evening, everyone. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Not seen you on the channel for a while, but I presume you've been busy. But all good. And yes, I'm good. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good few weeks, and hope you've had a good start to this week as well. Pleasure to have you with us, Dylan. Dylan also saying, hope everyone is okay. Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Just dealing with the regular challenges of life. But yeah, other than that, doing good, mate. And yeah, I hope you're well as well. And welcome to the show, Dylan. Ball just been kicked out on that far side as it's a throw-in to Newcastle. And that's deep inside their own half of the field as they try to play out from the back. Ben is saying, welcome in, PFC. Nice one, Ben, top man. Pleasure. Nice one. You're a star, mate. Always great to see you guys making that effort to welcome each other, and Ben always quick to do that. So top stuff, mate. Top stuff. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to share with you on the screen the team news. Newcastle going with 4-3-3, which is quite a familiar formation with them these days, and Leicester going with 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, 2 up front. So that's kind of a very defensive formation for Leicester. So there you go. You can see it now, guys. So nice one, Ben. Top stuff, mate. And Ben also saying, how's your day doing? Well, sorry, I think that's meant to be. Hope your day's doing well, PFC. Nice one, Ben. I hope your day's going well as well, mate. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? I hope your day's going as well, mate. But yeah, you know what I mean. But nice one, Ben. Yep, as I say, mate, hope you've had a good start to the new week. Dylan is saying, hi, Ben. Thanks. Hope you are well. Yep, nice one. Dylan, top man. Great to see you guys welcoming each other. Ben saying, doing well. Thanks, Dylan. Awesome. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. Ben saying, I think 2-0 Newcastle. Okay. Thanks for that, Ben. Yeah, Newcastle doing really well at the minute, but they're pretty much secured Champions League, because I was looking at the table before, and Liverpool can still level on points, can still get level on points, but and Newcastle would need to lose one of their games because they've still got 2 games left. Liverpool have only got 1. So Newcastle would need to lose 1 game for Liverpool to level on points, but it still wouldn't be enough because Newcastle have got a superior goal advantage, 35, whereas I think, if I remember rightly, I think Liverpool's was 20 something, 25, 28, something like that. Can't remember now. So yeah, as I say, Newcastle with a better goal difference, but United a poor goal difference. I think they've only got about 15. So yeah, but good shout, Ben. Yeah, good shout that, mate. And hopefully Leicester will put up a fight tonight and give themselves a fighting chance at least. Dylan is saying, my prediction, Newcastle United 3, Leicester City 1. Leicester will go 1-0 up at half-time. Then Newcastle will hit back in the second half. Right, cool. Well, that's good. That's a good score prediction from Dylan. He's taking the time to explain how he feels the game is going to go. So nice one, Dylan. Good shout. And yeah, always love to hear you guys giving your predictions and explanations why you think it'll go that way. It's always awesome. But yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. Dylan also saying, good to hear, Ben. Nice one, top man, Dylan. Love it. As I say, love you guys showing that positivity in the chat. Dylan also saying, yes, guys, sorry for not for my inactivity, being busy and had a few issues personal, so haven't been doing much on social media lately. No worries, mate. No worries. Not a problem. As I've said before, I totally understand you guys have other things going on sometimes. So yeah, and same for me occasionally as well, obviously. But I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible with the channel. So, but occasionally, as we saw about 2 weeks ago, I do have personal stuff to get on with sometimes that just starts to accumulate and get a bit out of control. So sometimes I do have to take a few days of break to get on top of stuff. So, but yeah, no worries, Dylan. Thanks for taking the time to let me know, but not really necessary. I do appreciate it though, mate. But yeah, no worries. Totally understand if you guys have other stuff going on occasionally. Newcastle just on the edge of the box there as they chipped it in, and the player there trying to tag on to the end of that ball, passed in, unable to get on the end of it, and it's gone out behind for a goal kick to Leicester. So Leicester having to do a lot of defending early on at the start of this one. So some interesting stuff going on in football, guys. Obviously, I'm sure you guys seen the incident with West Ham the other week in the Europa League. Pretty shocking that, and pretty disappointing really as well that football clubs in Europe call us out as the English being the rough and ready English and always looking for trouble. But it appears Europe's neglecting that. If you see what happened with the West Ham game, how are people getting into stadiums dressed like that in so many numbers when it's quite clear that they're actually out to just create trouble? Quite shocking that from AZ Akmar. Also, if you joined us on yesterday's stream as well, guys, I was asking you guys which team do you think is not stepping up to the plate the most to challenge Manchester United? Manchester City, with Manchester City winning the Premier League again. Wish them the best. Congratulations for that to City, obviously, but we've got to see more teams challenge these big clubs, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, particularly Chelsea and Man United, because they spend such big money in the transfer window. It's about time we saw them start stepping up better and challenging Manchester City. But I want to hear from you guys what you think of it. How do you think these clubs close the gap on Manchester City starting next season? As well as we might like seeing Manchester City play, and they do play very sexy football. But we want to see a competitive league. We don't want. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly don't want to hear European countries calling us basically calling us out as the Premier League's basically predictable and only one team wins it, because I know that German league, the Bundesliga, get a lot of that banter because obviously Bayern Munich's so strong in that league. But we don't really want that tag, do we, for the Premier League, guys? We really don't. So for next season, I think it's about time some of these other big clubs step up to the plate and challenge City better. But like I say, I'd love to know your thoughts on it, guys. Please do drop your comments in how you think other clubs can close the gap on Manchester City and start competing better. Still got some playoffs as well to come, guys. The playoff finals coming later in the week and at weekend. So obviously, if you guys got any thoughts on that, please do let me know in the chat. So Newcastle at the moment in possession on that far side, as they've just won a foul challenged by Leicester. So the free kick for Newcastle, about midway inside the Leicester half of the field, right out to that far side of the pitch. So Trippier about to take this for Newcastle. So thanks for that, Dylan. No worries, mate. No worries. As I say, always understand you guys being busy. So Newcastle now with a free kick as they kick it into the box, and Leicester managed to knock it away. But now Newcastle have picked it up again, and they work the ball out to that far side as they look for an opportunity to get across. Cross comes in, headed away by Leicester initially, back out to that far side, and it goes out for a throw-in, which Newcastle take quickly. And now Newcastle on the edge of the box as they try to play it in, and that was a poor one from Newcastle as it's cut out quite easily by Leicester. Dylan is saying, I just noticed that Brighton and Hove Albion guaranteed European football next season. What a massive achievement for them. I bet Graham Potter regrets leaving. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that's a good shout, actually, Dylan. I don't think Man U fans have actually mentioned that Graham Potter might be gutted to leave. But yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. It is a fantastic achievement to see Brighton having their first experience of European football next season. It's been very unusual, hasn't it, this season with the Premier League. Obviously, Arsenal and Newcastle weren't really expected to be up there challenging in the top four. We're at the bottom end. We've got clubs that have been threatened to go down that we didn't expect. The Championship's been extremely competitive, and League One has been extremely competitive as well, with obviously clubs in League One. Quite a few clubs in League One that's a bit below where they should be, in my opinion. But they've, like I say, it's made it a really entertaining league this season. And we also have to give a mention to League Two as well. Obviously, not quite as competitive, but it's still been a good season in League Two as well. So, yeah, if you guys got any end of season comments like that, please do let me know your thoughts. So we got a free kick here for Leicester. And it's just inside their own half, quite close to the halfway line. So Leicester knock it forward up towards the goal and go straight. It's a poor one, goes straight to the goalkeeper. And he will get Newcastle back on the way. So, yeah, that's a good shout, Dylan. As you say, mate, yes, well said. Brighton, fantastic achievement to see. I think they've still got to play for positions in regards to whether they qualify for the Europa Conference League or the Europa League. So we'll have to wait and see how they pans out. But, yeah, great to see Brighton doing well this season. Dylan said, I just had a look at the playoffs playoff final, all very interesting in their own way. Absolutely, yeah. Unfortunately, my team, Bolton, very disappointing in the playoffs. But it is what it is. Win some, lose some. But yeah, definitely, I think some exciting games there in the playoffs. And great to see Stockport and Carlisle achieving the playoffs. Be massive for them in League Two. Obviously, they're two smaller clubs, but I think the extra money going to Wembley will be absolutely huge. And I was reading today that apparently Stockport have already sold out their fan zone, because they have a fan zone near their ground, and apparently they've already sold it out. So that's quite fantastic for them. That they're going to get to make some revenue on the fan zone as well as going to Wembley. So, yeah, I love to see lower league clubs make some money, guys. I really do, because they struggle so much financially. It's always great to see those lower league clubs get their hands on a few quid to help them get by and keep sustainable. So Newcastle on the attack now down this near side as they come forward. And scruffy challenge by Leicester, but Newcastle managed to keep it going and try to cross it into the box, but it's deflected away by Leicester. And I think that will be a Newcastle corner on this near side. Joey, how's it going, mate? Joey saying hi, guys and all. How's it going, Joey? Great to have you with us as always, mate. Hope you've had a good start to the week and enjoyed what was left of the weekend last night after this stream. But yeah, great to have you with us as always, Joey, top man. And yeah, as I say, mate, hope you've had a good start to the week, and welcome to the show. And thank you, as always, Joey. Quick to say hello to everybody in the chat. So top stuff. Dylan is saying, my prediction, Stockport County to beat Carlisle on penalties, Sheffield Wednesday to beat Barnsley 2-0, and Luton Town to beat Coventry City 3-1. I'm not sure how each team did in the semi-finals. Yeah, that's a good shout. Actually, to be fair, I'm actually I'm really torn with the Stockport Carlisle fixture, because I kind of like the idea of both of those clubs having some success. So yeah, I kind of looking at that as a neutral. But yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. Some good score predictions there, mate. Newcastle just had another shot on goal, but it's gone out, and he tried to do it all on his own, and it's ended up going high and wide of, well, not wide, but high and well over the top of the crossbar. But a bit of greediness there from the Newcastle player trying to do it all on his own, hunting for glory. Ball kicked out on that far side, so that will be another throw-in. And I think this one's to Newcastle. Dylan saying, I just saw that Notts County were promoted back to the EFL League Two. Absolutely deserved, considering they finished on 118 points. Thoughts on how they will do next year, Gaz? Well, hopefully, mate. Hopefully they do well. Hopefully they can. I think the first years back in League Two will be a case of just get established, just establish themselves. I think they will. I think for them, mate, I think it's just going to be a case of establish themselves back in the league. So I don't think they're going to push too much for promotion or anything like that. I think they were just more content next season just to finish mid-table, just get themselves confident. Because obviously, when you're down there in non-league, it's really difficult to attract any kind of talented players. So I think they're going to be concentrating on rebuilding their team and just be content with. Like I say, with just keeping themselves in League Two for next season and then push on from there. So, yeah. But, yeah, as you said, Dylan, fantastic achievement, and wish them absolutely the best Great club, Notts County. A bit of a sleeping giant, really, because it's got it is a club that's got a decent sized fan base. I think Nottingham Forest are the bigger of the two Nottingham clubs, but I know there is a lot of fans for both clubs. So yeah, be interesting to see them how they do, but wish them well. Absolutely. So Newcastle there trying to play the ball into the box as Leicester play challenge for the ball and kicked it away, but it's Evans and he seems to come worst off for that. So we're just waiting to get back underway here, guys. So Dylan PFC _DY4 Dylan saying, sorry mate, my cat just walked across my keyboard. No worries, mate. No worries. You'll have to tell your cat that this is not the cat corner. As question is, did it do it by surprise and catch you by surprise doing it, or was your cat trying to get some attention? Newcastle now on the attack down this near side as they try to work the ball towards the edge of the Leicester box, but I thought they were going to pass back there, but they didn't. Nice bit of play from Newcastle now as they come to this near side to the edge of the box and then cut it back into the middle. And a shot comes in from the edge of the box. Good save there by the goalkeeper. I think he was going for the top corner there, but not very accurate with his shot. And Joey's liking the cat comment. Nice one, Joey. Top stuff, mate. Dylan saying, have to hop off now, mate. Thanks for an enjoyable first 20 minutes. I will hop on at the end if I am able to. Enjoy the rest of the game, mate. No worries, Dylan. Thank you very much for dropping in. Always great to see you. And yeah, thank you very much for the conversation. And look after yourself, mate. Keep yourself safe and well. And yeah, hopefully catch up with you again soon. I actually do need to catch up with you on social media at some point soon because I noticed that you are uploading one or two things on your account over the last season. So I wanted to pick your brains a little bit with one or two things that you've been doing. So yeah, I'll hopefully catch up with you on social media at some point soon. But thank you very much for dropping in, Dylan. Always great to see you, mate. Look after yourself, stay safe, and yeah, hopefully see you again on a future stream soon, mate. Newcastle now into the box as it's blocked and defended by Leicester, but Newcastle pick it up again on the edge of the box as they work it out to this near side, but under pressure from Leicester. And eventually Newcastle trying to get across into the box there, but some good defending by Leicester blocks that cross and it's gone out behind for a corner to Leicester on this near side. Well, thanks for that, Dylan. Sorry, guys. PFC _DY4 Dylan saying, my cat was trying to get to his nap spot on my bed, but decided to crawl across my Chromebook to get. Corner comes in as it's deflected away by Leicester. Newcastle pick it up again midway inside Leicester's half as they knock it long out to that far side, and Leicester head it away, but Newcastle keep possession as they come into the box now, challenged by Leicester, and Leicester regain possession now as they try to clear their lines and knock the ball up towards the halfway line as Newcastle pick it up again and come forward down that far side. But challenged by Leicester as they win it back. And now a foul awarded to Leicester about 2 yards from the halfway line. So, yeah, hopefully your cat will learn to find another way to get to its nap spot. Joey's saying, see you later. DY4, Dylan. Nice one, Joey. As always, mate, top stuff. How are you feeling, Joey, about Firmino going, mate? Are you gutted? I'm gutted that he's going. I actually like him. I've not heard where he's going to, though. Have you heard anything, Joey, about where Firmino is supposed to be heading to? There's got to be a lot of clubs interested in him. I'm surprised Klopp didn't play him more this season, because I know he's not. He's getting older now, but I think he's still. I think he's still got plenty to offer. Definitely still got plenty to offer, but I've not heard anything about what club any clubs that has been linked with, or where he's supposed to be doing, apart from a rumour a while back about him supposedly Real Madrid interested in him. But I'm not sure that would be a good move for him. I think if he goes to Real Madrid, I think he'll learn to realise just how much he was loved at Liverpool, because no offence to the fans at Real Madrid, but they're not really the kind of fans that are easy to get on side for players. You've got to be unbelievably consistent at Real Madrid for the fans to take a liking to you. And I mean, like, really consistent. Otherwise, they just think you're not worth being at the club. So, yeah, Joey's saying, absolutely gutted, mate. Yeah, I'm gutted, mate, because I really like him as a player. I've enjoyed watching him while he's been involved in the Premier League. And, yeah, I'm gutted. I am gutted. A player really like. I love that. I love the work rate that he puts in, mate. Absolutely love the work rate that he puts in. He leads by example, doesn't he? We've got a Newcastle player here at the moment down injured, guys, just receiving treatment. So there is a break in play. Just coming up to 27 minutes gone, still 0-0. But yeah, if you're just joining us, I'm not avoiding letting you guys know what's going on in the game. It's just that, like I said, there's a break in play at the moment. But yeah, Joey, like I say, mate, have you heard anywhere where he's actually linked to? So there's a few players actually I've not heard, because Milner's going as well, isn't he? Where's he got any clubs he's linked to? It'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting to see who Ten Hag gets rid of at United and all this summer, because I'm expecting him to let a few players go. It's going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to this transfer window, because I think Newcastle getting Champions League football is going to really mix it up with challenging the likes of Man City, Man United with transfer fees. So it's going to be interesting to see. So Joey's saying they were keeping it secret. They are being very tight-lipped until the end of the season. Okay, like I said, I did hear a rumour about Firmino being linked with Real Madrid. I really hope he doesn't go play for them. I really hope he doesn't. Any other club but that. So the Newcastle player that has got an injury is just coming off. I don't know if he's going to come back on, but he's still hobbling as he walked off the pitch there. So about to get back underway as the Leicester goalkeeper is about to kick the ball to get the game back underway. And the Newcastle player, I can't see who it is that's the player, but he's getting his leg heavily strapped up there. So long ball out to that far side by the goalkeeper, as it's ends up eventually going out on the far side for a throw into Leicester, about 3 or 4 yards from the corner flag. Leicester now trying to get a cross in, but just too close to the byline, and the ball just edged to cross it. So that will be a free kick to Newcastle. So Tierney Newcastle now back underway as they work the ball out from the back. But Leicester pressing well from the front so far. And now Newcastle coming down that far side towards the edge of the Leicester box as they chip it into the box, headed away by Leicester. But Newcastle pick it up outside the box as they get a shot off, but it's blocked. And now Leicester pick it up in midway inside their own half as they try to relieve the pressure on their goal. But Newcastle with a strong challenge as they regain the possession, and now the ball out on this near side, with Newcastle as they come forward now towards the edge of the Leicester box and looking for an opportunity to get a cross in. Newcastle now just knocking it about on the edge of the Leicester box, but they've just lost it there as Leicester now try to relieve the pressure on their box as they knock it forward, but nobody that far up the field as it goes to the Newcastle goalkeeper. Joey's saying, same with Milner, he won't say. Do you know what, Joe? I really think there's a chance that Milner might go to Leeds, if Leeds stay, well, depends whether Leeds stay up, but if Leeds do manage to pull off the miracle and stay up, then I quite fancy Milner to potentially go to Leeds. Because that's where he's from, isn't it? He's at Leeds, born and bred, and that's where he started when he was first a young player. So I think I think it would depending on whether Leeds stay up, but if they do, I think there is a good chance he could go there. Joey's saying, agree, Gaz, going to be very interesting transfer window. Yes, definitely, mate. It's going to be interesting, exciting. Like I say, I'm hoping. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of these rich owners taking over clubs like Newcastle and Man City. I'm not a big fan of it. But I do hope that Newcastle chuck a bit of a spanner in the works as far as Man United and City are concerned, trying to box off the best players with the deep finances that they've got. I think Newcastle will shake that up a bit now because they've got that kind of money, haven't they? And with the Champions League position, as I said before, it's going to put them in a very, very powerful position as far as doing transfer business. They're going to be able to attract them top level players that consider themselves Champions League players. So it's going to be interesting to see. So ball out on this near side. As we got a throw in for Leicester now, and it's close to the dugout. And now Leicester trying to play it down this near side of the pitch, but Newcastle have won it back as they now nod it forward, and now coming down the centre of the pitch as they work their way towards the Leicester box. And I don't know. There's a foul here. There's an uproar for a foul. Luckily, the referee's actually waved it away, and I'm glad he did because that looked to me like Newcastle were looking for that. But Leicester unable to take advantage of the fact that they just got a little bit of luck off the referee as Newcastle regain possession midway inside the Leicester half as they come forward to the edge of the box now, knocking the ball out to this near side. Cross comes in. Leicester cuts it out, and now Leicester trying to play out from the back, right next to the corner flag as they work the ball forward up towards the halfway line, but under pressure all the way from Newcastle as Leicester now beat the press and now chip the ball forward looking for Vardy. But Newcastle defenders have headed it back in the direction, and Newcastle back in possession just inside their own half. But they need to get Leicester need to get some support up to Vardy. You can't. You got to think, guys. He's getting on now as well. You can't expect him to do it all on his own. And now Newcastle work the ball out to that far side as a cross comes in, headed away again by Leicester. As Leicester now try to relieve the pressure on their goal as they charge forward with it now, looking for the forward players as they chip it up towards the Leicester box. Vardy not giving that up as Newcastle forced to knock it out on the far side for a throw-in. So thanks for that, Joey. Joey also saying, I thought Leeds. Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? It does. I mean, obviously, a lot of clubs would be stupid, especially the lower league, or should I say the clubs at the bottom end of the Premier League would be foolish to not consider trying to get James Milner because he's still got so much to offer. I know he's not the young man he used to be, but I think one thing about him is if you've got one of these Premier League clubs like maybe Nottingham Forest, that kind of club with younger players, he'd be a great player to bring into the dressing room to as an example, to make an example, show the young players how what they should be doing to look after themselves and how and the work rate that they should be putting in training. So Joey also saying, think he might go even if they get relegated. Right. Yeah, you could be right, mate. You could be right. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly. Although I would have thought Milner would feel he's still got something to offer in the Premier League. I think it all depends, doesn't it, mate? What clubs actually show interest in him? If another club like Wolves or I'm trying to think. Well, Milner's played for quite a few clubs, hasn't he? So I'm trying to think. But you know what I mean. Anyway, there's a few clubs that could certainly use him. Definitely. So Newcastle now with the possession. I say knock it forward back towards the halfway line out on that far side as they just looking to try and work the ball forward. But Leicester not being easy to break down at the moment as they've got a seriously strong defensive formation. 5 players at the back at the moment. Newcastle just knocking it about inside the Leicester half of the field as they work the ball out to that far side. And it's strong challenge comes in from Leicester, but nothing doing off the referee as Newcastle regain the possession. And now Newcastle coming into the centre of the park as they looking for any gaps to exploit. But Leicester keeping that defensive formation tight and compact. And now Newcastle with a cross into the box towards the back there as it's crossed back towards goal and headed away. And eventually one of the Newcastle players outside the box hits it on the volley and it's gone well high and wide and over the bar. In fact, nowhere near the bar. So, yeah. So yeah, Joey, you could be bang on with that, mate. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting. Though. I'm really looking forward to the transfer window. I'm looking forward to seeing what Newcastle do. Last season, they didn't. They knew that they didn't have. They knew that they weren't in a position to attract those top players. They attracted good players, but not the top level players. But now they've got up into that Champions League. It's going to be a completely different story to what they had to do last year, wasn't it? I'm looking forward to it, me. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I've looked forward to a transfer window like this for a long time because they're normally pretty predictable, aren't they? But we could see a few clubs cause some surprises this year as Newcastle working the ball down that far side and it's challenged by Leicester and knocked out for a throw-in. Newcastle take it quickly as they work it back towards the halfway line. And Leicester with some loose passing there as he tried to relieve the pressure and give it back to Newcastle. Now Newcastle working it out to this near side as they try to get a cross in. And they've won a corner. Another corner for Newcastle. We're on 39 and a half minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm so tired tonight. Cross into the box as it's knocked away, but Newcastle pick it up again as they chip it back into the danger zone. And Newcastle, they've nicked it off the goalkeeper, and the defenders there with defending the box and defending the line as the goalkeeper was taken completely out of it there as he tried to gather the ball, was challenged by a Newcastle player out towards this near side and found himself completely out of position and on the floor as Newcastle tried to head it back towards goal, but found that there was practically a wall to get it past, and as well as hitting it off the post. But some really desperate defending there by Leicester, but 10 out of 10 for their commitment and desire to keep the ball out of the back of the net. So we've got another corner for Newcastle on this near side. 41 minutes gone, guys. Corner comes in towards the near post, headed on. Newcastle pick it up at the back post as they kick it towards goal, but it's blocked off. And now Newcastle pick it up again outside the box as they tried just to pass it around on that far side, but challenged by Leicester, and they're forced to pass it back towards the halfway line as they build again. So ball out to that far side now for Newcastle. They're just content at the moment to keep possession. It's Newcastle just switching it from this near side back out to that far side. And now cut back to Trippier as he chips it forward into the box. And another shot gets off as it hits the bar and ricochets back out. And the Newcastle player there managing to get another shot off, but it's gone high and over the bar. And that will relieve the pressure. But when you start to miss shots like that, you start to question, is it actually going to be your day? Because that's a few opportunities now where Newcastle should have really put it in the back of the net. Joey say Milner did say he will be back at LFC. Think he might have been offered a job in coaching staff, but he's not ready to stop playing yet. I think he'd be a fantastic coach. He can certainly inspire players with his work rate in training. I've watched him train. I think it was about 2 seasons ago, Joey. I watched him do that bleep test. It was when you guys were still at Melwood, when you were still training at Melwood. I seen him do that bleep test thing, and I believe he came the highest out of all the players that season. I think it was either 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago. I can't remember now, but I know he won it. He won it, one of the oldest players in the team, and he won the bleep test. You know what I mean? Where they do that bleep thing, running around. They normally do it at the start of the season, have them running round the pitch, round the edge of the pitch, like just running, no footballs or nothing, just running. And they do some kind of bleep test. Newcastle now chipping it into the box as Leicester defend it and knock it out to that far side, but Newcastle regain possession as they cross the ball in the box, and it's headed out to this near side, and that will be another throw-in for Newcastle as they keep the pressure on Leicester at the moment. So 201 passes for Newcastle in Leicester's half of the field, and only 47 passes for Leicester in the Newcastle half of the field. So that's a telling story, isn't it, guys? A very one-sided game so far. Corner comes in as it's deep and headed behind. And that relieved the pressure momentarily for Leicester. So Leicester now with a free kick. 3 minutes added on, guys. At the end of this first half, 3 minutes added on. Long ball up the field by the goalkeeper as Newcastle pick it up midway inside their own half and end up passing it back to the goalkeeper under pressure from Leicester. And now Newcastle build again from the back as they work the ball out to that far side and up towards the halfway line as they come forward now into the Leicester half of the field and work the ball out to this near side as they come now towards the edge of the Leicester box, looking for an opportunity to get across on this near side. But challenged well by Leicester as Newcastle eventually lose it, and Leicester managed to knock it back up towards the halfway line, but straight back into Newcastle's possession. Leicester 10 men behind the ball, and they're not going to score goals if they can't get any players forward. Even the strikers are coming back to help the defence so far. Newcastle work the ball out to that far side. Cross comes in deep, and it's gone past all the players as Isaac picks it up on this near side and cuts it back into the middle of the park on the edge of the Leicester box and worked out to that far side now as Newcastle trying to make the best of it, but lose possession in the box as now Leicester try to relieve the pressure on the goal, and a really poor pass forward sees it go out on the far side for a throw into Newcastle. Newcastle take it quickly as they now work the ball out to this near side, coming forward now towards the Leicester box as Leicester man marking reasonably well as they've now won the ball back as they come racing towards the halfway line. Space to run into for Leicester as they now play it to Vardy. Vardy stopped in his tracks by the defenders. It's what an impossible task it is for him when he's surrounded by two defenders trying to do it all on his own. Now Newcastle come forward again down that far side as they work the ball towards the edge of the Leicester box, but cut the ball back in to midfield slightly, but Newcastle unable to make the best of that as there goes the half-time whistle. And at the break, guys, it's 0-0. We've not had too much excitement in front of goal at either end, but what I can tell you is that Newcastle very much the team in the ascendancy. Joe is saying, yeah, his work effort is amazing. Always last one off. Absolutely, yeah. Well said, Joey. Yeah, definitely a player I have a lot of respect for, James Milner. I thought it was really bad that Pep Guardiola didn't appreciate him enough, to be honest. They apparently did actually want him to stay, but Milner wanted more game time, and Pep Guardiola wouldn't guarantee it. So, but that was City's loss and Liverpool's gain. And in the time that he's been at Liverpool, he's definitely contributed, and I think he's really enjoyed his time, which is great because, like I say, a lot of clubs. But yeah, definitely, I wish him well for the future. That's for sure, Joey. Definitely, I'm a player I like a hell of a lot. I always like that kind of play. Me players that work hard, that put their shift in, that give a real, work hard for the team. That's why I like the likes of James Milner, for Firmino. Obviously, Bolton players. You got to Bolton players. We do have good players at the minute, but I'm still obviously been that many changes for Bolton. It's difficult to get. It's difficult to remember every player because every season we keep doing transfer business. That's the only problem, being at the bottom, in the lower leagues, that your club have to keep constantly redesigning the team, rebuilding the team, because some players come in on loan. Obviously, some players come in on short contracts. Other clubs can come and pinch your players because you're in a lower league club. So it's been really difficult the last couple of years to learn every player in the Bolton team. But I know back in the day when we had a more steady play team, I really loved Kevin Davis. What a player! Do you remember Kevin Davis, Joey? Did you like him? I know you're not a Bolton fan, mate, but I'm asking, did you like him as a player? Absolute legend for Bolton, Kevin Davis. I would love to get him on the channel actually and have a chat with him, because I think he'd be a great player to have on the channel to pick his brains with his knowledge of football. Stevie's saying, is there anyone you would like Klopp to get in the transfer window? Well, that's a great question for Joey, but I'm also going to try and have a think. Yeah, De Bruyne. Go and get De Bruyne off City. Bring him to a better club. Convince him. Liverpool should go and tap him up and take the fine and all, and just say we came to rescue him. He should play for a quality club. He should be play for a quality club. That's what he should do. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see that. It'd be cool, wouldn't it, to see Liverpool stealing De Bruyne off, or any club for that matter, stealing De Bruyne off Manchester City, any English club or Scottish club even. The only club I wouldn't want to see steal him is probably Barcelona and Real Madrid. But yeah, that would be quality. Imagine the headlines for that. That'd be awesome. But yeah, on a more serious note, I'm trying to think. Who would be a good player for Liverpool to bring in? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'd have to have a think on that one, to be honest. I would have to have a think on that. Any of you guys got any thoughts on that? What player, if you're a Liverpool fan or any club, your club, what player would you really like to see your club bring in this summer? Obviously, it's going to be such an exciting transfer window. We just had a really unusual season, so I reckon it's going to be a really unusual transfer window. So I want to hear from you guys. Which player realistically would you like to see your club? An exciting player, obviously, but what player would you like to see your club go for, that you think your club should be having the ambition to sign? That was a great question, that, Stevie. But yeah, I'm going to put that extra twist on it for you guys to let me know what player you would like to see your club show the ambition to go and get. Joey is saying, to be honest, Stevie, it depends who leaves. So many rumours. Is 4 players going or 8 players going? Well, yeah, unfortunately, Joey, that's the problem with Liverpool. A lot of the media companies like to create clickbait, don't they, mate? They do. They like to create. Same with Man United and Chelsea. They have the same problem. Fake media reporting fake player interest. And half of the time, it doesn't even happen. I wish people had stopped buying the newspapers, to be honest, to send the message. It was fed up with reading your lies, because they might stop doing it if people stop buying the newspapers and clicking the click. And it's like on social media, so much, especially on Twitter, so much clickbait on there. It beggars belief, like fans. Why do so many fans respond to it? Because if you respond to it, that's why they do it all the more. But yeah, like you say, Joey, a lot of rumours about which players are leaving. But yeah, please do let us know if there is a particular player that you would like to see. Any player that's caught your eye this season playing for another club that you think would be a good addition to your club. This goes out to all you guys. Please do let me know who you think, what kind of player you think your club should be showing ambition to sign and bring in to add. Whether it's add something in defence or add some extra quality going forward. One special player that you think would make a big difference to your team. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, guys. Joey's saying, so yeah, I read that one. Sorry, Joey, my bad. Joey also saying, Davis, yeah, he was a physical player. I know, mate, I know. He roughed up a few Liverpool players in his time. I know that. But to be fair, at least Liverpool dealt with it manly, unlike Arsenal. One thing that I used to love about Kevin Davis is Arsene Wenger could not stand him. Absolutely could not stand him. Didn't like the fact that he would use his physicality to get an advantage. It's like, that's a typical Frenchman's opinion, isn't it, really? That they think it's all about tap dancing, and it's like, no, this is a lad from the north that gets physical and gets with it and, lets you know he's on the pitch. And Wenger hated that. Absolutely like that. And that's one of my greatest memories in football is seeing Arsene Wenger hating coming to Bolton because he didn't like the physicality and the way Bolton played under Big Sam, and I loved every minute of it. Whenever fans were calling us the long ball team and Sam's boring football, I was loving it. I was absolutely loving it because I loved the fact that a lot of other clubs didn't like playing against us. They might like to call us the long ball team when we was under Big Sam, but a lot of other clubs just did not like playing against us. Because we were so physical, and from my point of view, I loved every minute of it. Nothing better than being an underdog in the Premier League, because Bolton were underdogs, but underdogs that other teams, even the top teams, didn't like to play because they didn't like the physicality. So yeah. Joey laughing, I think, at my comment about De Bruyne. Liverpool get De Bruyne. It's slotting nicely alongside Fabinho, wouldn't he though, mate? Boy, would he? It'd be a fantastic replacement. Maybe Milner can get on the phone to him. He knows him well, doesn't he? Because he used to play with him. And just get on the phone to him and say, you're wasting your time there, De Bruyne. Kevin, tell him, get on the phone. You're wasting your time there at City. Especially if they fail to win the Champions League. Then he could ring him up, couldn't he, and said, Kevin, come and get yourself to Liverpool. You'll have a better chance of winning a Champions League medal. He'll be able to ring up and say that, won't he, if City fail to win the Champions League. Get Milner on it. Get Milner on it. Get him talking, working the magic. I absolutely really do enjoy watching Kevin De Bruyne, though. I just wish he weren't playing for the blue side of Manchester. So, guys, if you're just joining us, we are on the half-time break at the moment. I'm just going to get rid of that and share with you guys on the screen. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to share on the screen some stats so you guys get a bit more info. We had the team news, but I do like this. This for details and stats and stuff. The problem with it is I need to figure out how the heck I get it to run at the same pace as the game, the same time, because this run seems to run slightly ahead of what I'm actually seeing. But what some fans don't understand is that when you watch a game on TV or any channel for that matter, the game is actually 2 or 3 minutes behind. It's not like with the radio, you're getting it bang on as it's happening. But when you're watching it on a TV channel, there's always a 2-3 minute delay. So what you're watching is actually 2 minutes behind. And some fans don't seem to realize that. That's why unfortunately, this sports trader doesn't work as well. Oh, you can't see what I'm going on about. I haven't put it on. My bad. This one, guys. This is brand. I do like this sports trader, but like I say, it doesn't run at the same pace of the game. So I'm going to try and figure that out though in the summer. See if it is possible to get it to run at the same level with what's going on in the game. Because like I said, this is about 2 minutes ahead, but that's because there's a delay on the telly, unfortunately. And that's the case for any of you guys. If you're watching it at home, it's just listen to it. The easiest way to know what I'm saying is listen to it on the telly and then put the radio on at the same time, and you'll find that the radio is like 2 minutes ahead of what you're seeing on TV. But yeah, sorry guys to ramble on about that. Just thought I'd share that because some fans don't really realize that. So I'm just going to quickly have a look, guys, what we've got coming up this week, because I've not actually had a proper look. I've been so busy. I've not had a look what games we've got coming up. So let's go have a look. Also, the no game. Well, that's the first Tuesday ever. There's no games tomorrow. That's no games in the UK anyway. So that's a bit of a poor one. But we have got games on Wednesday. We've got Brighton taking on Manchester City in the Premier League, and we got some Scottish Premiership action as well. So that's awesome. Let's hope. I think we might do a Scottish game on Wednesday if I'm available, because we've covered Manchester City quite a lot. I'd like to cover Brighton a bit more, but we have covered Manchester City quite a lot, and we haven't done enough Scottish football recently. So I think we maybe do a Scottish game on Wednesday night if I'm available. So yeah, Brighton taking on Manchester City on Wednesday night. Plus, in the Scottish Premiership, it's Aberdeen v St Mirren, Dundee United v Kilmarnock, Hibernian v Celtic, Livingston v Motherwell, Rangers v Hearts, and Ross County v St Johnstone. There's some tasty games there, actually. Couple of tasty games, definitely. Hibs Celtic is an interesting one, especially considering Celtic just dropped points at the weekend. Rangers Hearts is an interesting one, although Hearts don't seem to. I don't remember Hearts travelling very well to Rangers. And I think Ross County and St Johnstone is. I'm not sure. That's an interesting one as well. So yeah, some interesting games there. Nothing on Thursday. And what's going on there then? What's that all about? I've clicked the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there is games on Thursday. Manchester United playing Chelsea on Thursday, and yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? United v Chelsea, but I think not much riding on that game, really, is there? To be fair, guys, and there's a playoff game. In the Scottish Championship on Friday night, Ayr United v Partick Thistle. That's the second leg of that one. And then, obviously, Well, that's great. Look at that. That's crazy. On Saturday, there's 3 games in Scotland, all dinner time kickoffs, all at the same time, all 12:30 kickoffs on Saturday in Scottish Premiership. Now, that is unusual. It's not unusual to have a dinner time kickoff in Scotland, but it's unusual to have all 3 games kicking off at dinner time. And then we have the final games of the Premier League on Sunday, don't we? So also some games in Scotland too. So yeah, it's unusual this season. Really strange season, guys, because normally Scotland's finished before English Premier League, and it's running longer this season. So yeah, that's quite interesting. That this is how much the World Cup has messed things up, guys. That it's had that kind of impact. So we're back underway, guys. So Leicester with a throw-in on this near side, about midway inside their own half of the field. Stevie is saying, is that the last game of the season for Scottish clubs, guys, this weekend? No, mate, no. They've still got a bit more to go yet. It's the last game for the English Premier League this weekend. But no, the Scottish League, I think that's the, let me have a look. I don't know, actually. It could be Scottish Cup final is the following Saturday. So when does the actual last day of the Scottish Premiership finish then? Right, well, my calendar is only going up to the 5th of June. I'll have to look that one up, mate. I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to look that one up. That's a great question because we do need to know when Scotland finishes. But I would have thought they'd all play on the same. Mind you, maybe not. No, because it's broken into 2 halves. So yes, you could be. It could be actually. It could be the last game this weekend, mate. Actually, because obviously they break it into 6, don't they? So maybe that's the last game this weekend. All the top 6 teams playing each other on the Saturday at the same time, and all the bottom 6 teams playing each other at the same time on the Sunday. So yeah. So yeah, actually, it does look like the Scottish Premiership is finishing this weekend at the same time as the Premier League, as the English Premier League. So yeah, I'll double check it, but it does look that way. I'll double check it later, Stevie. So yeah, that's is a great question there from Stevie. I will check it, mate. I will check it. So we've got a corner here for Newcastle out on the far side of the pitch. And it's a corner taken out to the edge of the box, claims for a handball as the Newcastle players try to get a shot off there, and claims it hit the Leicester player's arm. But referee's waving that away and saying no. So that if that is the case, nah, that's not a handball. That is not a handball. Do you know, all these players trying to get advantage with a handball is really bad, isn't it, guys? Guys, don't forget, please do it. That thumbs up, if you don't mind, would be appreciated. So, yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. I'm glad you brought that to my attention, actually, because I thought that the Scottish Premiership still had another couple of weeks to go, but it looks like it might be wrapped up this weekend. Millsard is saying, I will not be on the next few streams as I'm moving house. Moving house. Oh, you should have told me that, mate. I do. That's what I do for a living, house removals. But yeah, wish you the best of luck with moving house, Millsard, and thanks for letting you know. Hopefully that goes well for you guys. And thank you, Milzard. No worries, mate. Totally understand if you're in the middle of moving house. Hope it all goes smoothly. Although it might not go as smooth because you've not got the expert mover, because I am the master mover when it comes to moving people out. I've been doing it long enough. Although I've had enough of it now. I've been doing it for 15 years and I've had enough of it. Too much aggro, if you ask me. Hope it goes smoothly, and thanks for letting us know that, mate. Hopefully. No problem, Milsard. Always just sort yourself out and come back when you've got time, mate. You're always welcome here. You're part of the Fanden community. You should know that now, mate. So hope it all goes smoothly and enjoy. Hopefully you're moving to somewhere nice that's better than where you're moving from. So thanks for that, mate. Stevie Allen saying, hi, Milsard. Hope your house move goes okay. Nice one, Stevie. Top stuff, mate. And Milzard showing that same appreciation as well. Top stuff, Milzard. Nice one, mate. Joe Shepherd, welcome to Football Fanden. Joe Shepherd, great to have you with us, mate. Joe Shepherd saying 3-1 Newcastle. Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on how you think it's going to turn out. Are you actually a Newcastle fan, Joe Shepherd? Please do drop your comment in and let us know who you support, mate. But thank you very much for the score prediction. Always love to hear what you guys think our games are going to turn out. Welcome to Football Fanden, Joe Shepherd. And thanks for that, mate. As I say, please do feel free to drop in the chat and let us know which club you support. Would be great to hear from you in that regard. So Newcastle with the possession at the moment out on that far side. Stevie is saying, hi, Joey. You a Newcastle fan? Yeah, thanks for that, Stevie. I did just ask, but I think maybe he's just popped in and gone out again. Or either that or he could be typing. But thanks, Stevie. Appreciate that, mate. Cross comes into the box by Newcastle, but it's defended well by Leicester as they managed to eventually clear it. But only part way up the field. And now Newcastle regain the possession. This is one-way traffic at the minute, guys. Newcastle keeping Leicester really boxed in it. This is so weird, isn't it, seeing Leicester this poor when they were so dangerous not so long ago on the counter-attack. They were a real counter-attacking team not so long ago, but they've just, I don't know, they've just lost it, haven't they? They haven't got that great pace that we know that they did have, and that endurance to hit clubs on the counter-attack. Newcastle just knocking it about at the moment on this near side as they cut it back into the midfield now towards the edge of the box. And a shot, as they got a shot off there, but not very accurate from Longstand, and he's kicked it out wide of the far side post, well wide. In fact, just watching the replay, it didn't look that bad on the initial full speed camera, but seeing it slowed down now, it's actually considerably wide of that far side post. So nice one, Stevie. Top stuff, mate. Guys, don't forget, if you just join us, please do feel free to drop your comments in. We are not a club channel. We're very much a fan channel. I want you guys to feel part of the channel. And the best way you can do that is get involved in the chat. Newcastle now back in possession in their own half of the field as they bring it towards the halfway line and now work the ball out to that far side as they come forward now, working their way towards the edge of the Leicester box. Leicester hemmed in still with 10 men behind the ball, as Newcastle just working it out to cutting it back, playing it back, should I say, under pressure from Leicester on the far side of the pitch. So just knocking it about at the minute and bring it back into the centre of the park as now a cross comes in. It's deep, headed away by Leicester, but only as far as just outside the box, as eventually they managed to kick it long and try to clear it up to the halfway line. But they need to play it. They need to play it out because they're just kicking it. It's hit and hope at the minute for Leicester just to clear their lines. And all they're doing is just keep inviting pressure from Newcastle. As Newcastle come down this near side, and Leicester player Thomas with a challenge, and he's ended up kicking it out on this near side. And that will be a corner to Newcastle. Guys, if you just joined us, please do feel free to drop your comments in. It'd be great to hear from you. Any score predictions? It's still 0-0, 55 minutes gone. So please do let us know how you think it will turn out. So corner on this near side for Newcastle now as it comes in, and it's deep towards the back post and headed away by Leicester out to that far side, and that will be a throw-in for Newcastle as they take it quickly and now cut it back towards the centre circle in the middle of the park. As now long ball out to this near side for Newcastle as Trippier picks it up and now cuts it back inside to his teammate as a cross comes into the box and headed away again. But this is what I mean, guys. Leicester just keep clearing their lines, but they're not pushing any players up to try and hit Newcastle on the counter-attack. And Newcastle just enjoying the percentage stats at the end of this game is going to be unbelievable. Another cross into the box from Newcastle, and it's gone out behind on that far side. I think that it was a Newcastle player that got the last touch to that. So that should be a goal kick to Leicester. And now we've got a Leicester player down in the box feeling his hamstring. That's not a good sign. As we know, guys, hamstring problems normally mean that a player is not going to be carrying on. Joey's saying, sorry, guys, I'm back. No need to apologise, Joey. No need to apologise, mate. But welcome back. Thank you very much. I appreciate the gesture, mate. But, yeah, no need to apologise. Totally understand. Sometimes you have to nip off. You've got youngsters to look after. So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey, though, mate. As I say, mate, do appreciate the gesture. But I would never expect you guys to apologise when you're great members of the fan den community, and especially Joey, I know that you got youngsters to look after. So long ball up the field by the Leicester goalkeeper. Newcastle pick it up inside their own half as they come again. Leicester really need to try and get some possession in the Newcastle half of the field. They seem to be just content. See, here we go now. Percentage stats, guys. 54% possession for Newcastle inside Leicester's half of the field, and only 4% possession for Leicester in the Newcastle half of the field. That is a really, really bad stat from Leicester's point of view. The other 40-odd% was obviously on the halfway line. So Newcastle just knocking it about at the moment, midway inside the Leicester half as they work the ball out to that far side and now cut it back towards the halfway line as Leicester keeping themselves tight and compact. Maybe this is a tactical idea from Leicester to just keep it tight and maybe try and do a smash and grab on Newcastle. Maybe that's their idea. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Newcastle now switch the play out to this near side as Trippier on the ball, but passes it back inside as it's knocked back out to this near side again. Newcastle just probing that defensive formation as they now get it into the box. Shot comes in. What a save from the goalkeeper there. That came in like a rocket. Slow build-up play, but then the shot came in like a rocket. And an absolutely beautiful save there by the Leicester goalkeeper. Really had to have maximum focus there to get a hand to that. And he's knocked it over the bar. And that will be a corner for Newcastle on this near side. But yes, 10 out of 10 there for the Leicester goalkeeper. Corner comes in, headed away as it's lands outside the box. And now Newcastle pick it up again as they play it back into midfield, and now Newcastle work it out to that far side and just probing that Leicester defence again. Leicester, like I say, really need to try and get some possession to relieve the pressure on the goal. There's only so much you can defend like this. I think Leicester are not just parking the bus, I think they're parking HGVs and everything at the minute. Long ball up the field by Leicester trying to clear their lines, but yet again intercepted by Newcastle as they come forward again now from midway inside the Leicester half of the field as they work the ball out to that far side now, coming towards the edge of the Leicester box. Shot comes in and it's deflected behind, with yet again some last-ditch defending by Leicester. And we are now bang on 60 minutes gone, guys. So an hour into the game, half an hour remaining, and still 0-0. And it looks like Leicester about to make a double substitution. Corner taken short for Newcastle this time as Leicester managed to win it back, and they now trying to play it out from the back on this near side as it's cut out by Newcastle. Leicester taking it a bit too far, close to the byline. To the touchline there, and they didn't manage to keep it in. So Newcastle back in possession, throwing taken quickly, and now they play it into the middle of the park and work it out to that far side as now a cross comes in and it's headed away, but Leicester pick it up on the edge of the box as they now try to relieve the pressure on their goal, but forced to pass it all the way back to the goalkeeper under pressure from Newcastle. Goalkeeper kicks it long up into the centre circle right in the middle of the park as Newcastle intercept it, kick it back where it came from, and Leicester reply with the same idea as it's now deep inside the Newcastle half, but Newcastle back in possession. Trippier now with a cross-field ball as Newcastle bring it into the Leicester half of the field and work it out to that far side. And now Newcastle breaking into the box here. Oh, just run it out there towards that far side post. I think he was trying to cut it back, but he was man-marked all the way there. And I think that maybe just put him off the idea of what he had. Yes, fantastic defending there from the Leicester defenders. Why have we not seen Leicester show this tenacity in defence up until this point? If they'd have played like this in other games, surely they wouldn't be finding themselves in the relegation zone right now, so late in the season. So we are about to see a double substitution for Leicester. 62 minutes gone, guys. And it's bringing Vardy off. That's a surprise. So Evans and Vardy coming off, and Daka and Barnes coming on for Leicester. That's a surprise. I think you'd want to keep Vardy on to see if he can create something. Although I don't think he's been the same player, has he, the last 2 years that we know he was not so long ago. So thanks for that, Joey. Top stuff, mate. Leicester now playing it down this near side as they have a rare bit of possession in the Newcastle half of the field as they cut it back in to the centre of the park now. Leicester just trying to keep some possession on the edge of the Newcastle box as they work the ball out to this near side now, and a cross comes in, blocked up by Newcastle, and Leicester have won a rare corner. So Leicester with a corner on this near side. So we're just waiting for this corner, guys.